What's going on, everybody? My name is David Delano with HitThePick.com. Please go ahead and subscribe to this channel because what we're going to be having for you guys, some picks are already up. Got the Big 12 already up, an NFL video already up. Not just myself, but our team of experts. Sometimes you may feel like we're experts more than others, but regardless of how you feel about that, we're going to be breaking down each and every Division One college football conference. I guess I should say every FBS conference, and then we're also going to be breaking down every division in the NFL. So make sure that you subscribe. That way, you're notified every time a video is dropped. On this one here, I'm going to be talking about the ACC. I'm going to give three betting predictions that I have for the ACC. Also, it's going to include who I think is going to win the conference, and I've got two over/under team win totals. You can follow me on X at Get Sports Strong and check out hitthepick.com, not just today, but all football season. All right, let's go ahead and dive into this. Now, first of all, let's start with Let's go ahead and start with the division winner. Let's just go ahead and get it out the way. No need to build up the drama. I would like to get a little bit more value. I like to get a bigger number. Like if you could get with an SMU, get North Carolina be a sleeper. Is the U back? But I have to go with the Clemson Tigers. Right now on FanDuel, recording this on Wednesday, July 30th. Things can change, but I like the Clemson Tigers. They're plus 115 on FanDuel. I like them to win the ACC. I understand they're a big favorite, but in today's day and era with the transfer portal, guys jumping ships for better situations, things like that, Dabble Sweeney hasn't really embraced the transfer portal, but the culture that they have in place there at Clemson, possibly possibly. I mean, I know Arch Manning is the favorite, but could potentially have the top quarterback in the country, top quarterback that gets selected in the next NFL draft, Cade Klubnik. It's hard not to like the Clemson Tigers. They've got 8 starters back on offense, 6 back on defense. Definitely found something last year. Going 10-4. I like them to go ahead and win this conference. They beat SMU in the title game, made their way to the playoffs after a disappointing. They played Georgia. I mean, Georgia's a strong team, but got blown out by Georgia, but rallied back nicely. I'm going to go with the Clemson Tigers plus 115 to go ahead and win the conference. Now, let's talk about a couple over-unders. I've got an over and I've got an under. And let's go ahead and go to the California Golden Bears. Right now, their season win totals posted at 5.5. And let's go ahead and let me go ahead and get you the quickest number here to kind of break down the odds and where the juice is with these various sports. So California's in big trouble. They've got Ron Rivera as the GM of the program. When you talk about not embracing NIL, they don't have, they put him more in place of the NIL than the head coach, and he doesn't. He's not embracing it at all. They've lost most of their top players, 3 players returning on offense, 3 on defense, and we'll see what happens. But one of those guys, their center, whose back's actually not even projected to start. So this California team looks pretty bad, and as we look at their schedule, they went 6-7 last year, and I think that was with a much better team. They opened the season at Oregon State. Now Oregon State in the Pac-2 for the time being. Well, wins are going to be hard to come by, and I think that's going to be a tough place to play. They'll get the win against Texas Southern, but Minnesota, even though they're hosting that game, I think that's a loss. At San Diego State, probably a loss. At Boston College is going to be tough. Then they host Duke, North Carolina, at Virginia Tech, Virginia, at Louisville, at Stanford. They may get that one, but that's a tough rivalry. And on the road at Stanford, that may be even a win for the Cardinal. And then SMU. I don't see 6 wins on this schedule. I think that this California team may be the worst in the ACC. So I'm going to go under 5.5 wins. Shop your lines, shop your lines. I see it minus 130 some places. FanDuel's got it minus 144. So it's a bit juicy, but I do understand why. I'd be surprised if this California team gets above 4 wins. And as we talked about the under there, under 5.5 for California, we've got Clemson to win the conference at plus 115. A team that I mentioned there on the California schedule, as we talk about over unders, a team that I'm looking at for over, I'm looking at the Duke Blue Devils over 6.5 wins. Things always change. Let me check the current line at the time of recording. Okay, FanDuel's got it here. It is a juiced over 6.5, but see if there's some better prices there. But still, 6.5 looks like it is available everywhere, and I do understand. I mean, even if that gets to even if it gets to 7, I may get a better price on that. You would, but I do like the Duke Blue Devils. I think that this is a team that's getting slept on. North Carolina is getting most of the hype around the conference with Bill Belichick joining, but we'll see how it fits in there. You've got 7 starters back on offense, 6 back on defense, and Darren Messiah, who's coming in from the transfer portal from Memphis. Sorry, from Tulane. I apologize. From Tulane. That's going to be an upgraded quarterback, so he's not factored in to those returning starters. I think Manny Diaz is going to have these guys ready to play. Look at the schedule and open it up with Elon. Should get the win there. I think in a revenge game at Tulane, that's going to be interesting, but I do like them in that one. That's 2 wins. You look at California, that's 3 wins. At UConn, I think that's going to be 4 wins. The Wake Forest game, that's going to be 5 wins. And then looking at these other games between NC State, Syracuse, Georgia Tech, Virginia, North Carolina, I think they get 2 more of those games. I didn't mention the Clemson game because I don't see them winning that game. But we're going to go over 6.5 wins for Duke. We're going to go under 5.5 wins for California. And we're going to go Clemson to win the conference. This has been your ACC preview. Make sure to go ahead and subscribe to this channel. Let me know what you guys think. Like to know your predictions, whether you agree, disagree. It's all good. Follow me on X at Get Sports Strong. Follow Hit the Pick and check out hitthepig.com. Thanks so much for watching.